Today, I'd like to talk about insanity. It's a big subject. I think it's a subject that psychologists are really failing. Don't hear them opening their mouths, confronting the insanity of the world. There's so much insanity. It's amazing. But specifically, I want to talk about the insane war on Russia and in Ukraine. And the most recent indications is that Europe and the United States want to go to war with Russia, and that Trump is signaling, whether you can trust what we read or not, that it would be okay to shoot down some Russian jets. It seems like a false flag in operation with drones invading NATO space. I see no reason why Russia would do that, but I do see a reason why Ukraine would do that to provoke the Europeans into more aggressive actions. But bottom line, it seems like war is on the horizon. And of course, we have a lot of war in the world already. Everybody knows what's going on in Israel. Everybody knows what's going on in Ukraine, not why it's going on and how it started. But it seems like, and some of the people I trust, that the politicians are in a panic because the economies of the West and Europe and especially the United States are failing. And people are on the streets and the governments have their backs against the wall. So what's the best answer? War. Doesn't matter to these insane people that it turns into a nuclear war and that millions and billions die. This is a true measure of insanity. Even risking a little bit. Just amazing. And this is not to mention the war against the human population by pharmaceutical companies and all the politicians who are paid off, become pharmaceutical whores, protecting the attack on humanity, on men, women, and children. Became very clear with this injection of COVID vaccines, mRNA technology, injecting it into 6 months babies. Where are the psychologists? Where are their diagnoses of mass insanity? They're too busy on the couches? I don't understand. Trump, when he first came to office, wanted peace, talked to Russia. Russia obviously did not like the terms, and there's no reason for them to leave a Nazi dominated government in Kiev. But from going from peace to supporting Ukraine, supporting the war, sending more arms, and aligning with these ridiculously insane European politicians to be prepared for war. This is insane. I'd like to say Trump is temporarily insane, that he'll come to his senses. Because he certainly had a lot of sense bringing in Kennedy, probably the bravest man on the planet at this point, and the director of intelligence, United States, one of those, I would say, trustworthy women in politics or in government, Tulsi. So he's doing some really good things. But the real war in the West is against Islam and the invasion, which they started themselves by destroying Muslim countries and creating millions of migrants. The West has not done the rest of the world any favors for the last 600 years, but the women need to protect it. Now, I'll do a separate video about that. But specifically, the last thing we need for our health, and this is not a political issue, it's a health issue. Nuclear war would be the greatest devastation to the health of mankind in history. Insane. Insane to risk it. And for what?
Follow me on Substack. Subscribe for free to receive my weekly writings and videos, or become a paid member for exclusive content that goes deeper.